Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. My name is Shelby Marybeth. Today's video is part 2 of my Christmas Decorate With Me, and it is packed full just as much as my first one with Christmas decoration and cleaning motivation for you guys, so let's get started. In my first Christmas Decorate With Me video, I decorated our master bedroom here for the first time, and it has just been a dream come true. So I'm going to be finishing up in here today. I've always wanted a Christmas tree in our bedroom, so that is what I'm doing today. So my parents were actually getting rid of their old one, and I said, I totally want it. It's this gorgeous like 10-foot tree, so they're going to be bringing it over at the end of the week. But our old one, I want to say it's like maybe 6 foot. Anyway, I'm going to be bringing it and putting it in here since we already have it and decorating it for Christmas. And it's just been a dream to have a Christmas tree in our room. I know it's completely extra, but I cannot describe how much cozier our room feels after putting up the tree, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. So when I decorated our master bedroom at the beginning of the year, I actually thought of the perfect spot for our Christmas tree. So this was back in like January or February. And of course, we ended up getting pregnant with our little baby boy. So our old office ended up turning into our nursery. So that meant we needed to find a place for our desk. So it ended up here in our master bedroom, right in the spot I wanted to put our Christmas tree. But luckily this tree actually has the ability to leave off the branches. You saw they come in like vertical strips, and so I left probably 4 or 5 branches off this tree so that I could get it as close as possible to this back corner, and it just worked out perfectly. So the main reason I actually wanted to put a Christmas tree in here was because our daughter Cecilia is 2, or she's going to be 2 this December, and I knew she was just not going to leave our main Christmas tree alone in the living room. So we have a few ornaments that mean a lot to my husband and I love looking at them every single year, but they are extremely fragile and I don't want to risk them breaking, so I did not want to put them on our main living room tree, and I still wanted to see them, so I thought up the idea of putting them on a tree in our master bedroom so that we can still enjoy them and we don't have to worry about them breaking. So when I do the ribbon on our Christmas trees, I always like to use 2 because I feel like it gives it so much more depth and texture. So I'm using one that's red, and it's almost like a burlap type of ribbon. And then the second ribbon I'm using, I've actually had for a little while, and I just thought it was perfect because it matches the plaid on our bed. I had actually looked for a new ribbon at Hobby Lobby, and they didn't have any that were like this plaid, white and red. So I just was going through the ribbon I already had and happened to come across this one, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. The leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree. I always start by doing the initial ribbon, and you'll see I change this one later, but it never seems to look perfect right off the bat. I always go back and tweak it a little bit. But as soon as you just get that ribbon on the tree and you step back and take a look at it, I think that's the only way to really get a good feel for how your ribbon's going to look on your tree and how to fix it. Let me know in the comments if you are going to decorate your tree as like a theme this year. I want to know what kind of things everybody is decorating their trees like. I usually go for a very traditional look, like I'll just put the lights on, I'll put maybe a different ribbon, but then we have so many ornaments that just are traditional for us to put on our tree every single year, so I end up putting those on, and then there's so many that I just have no extra room to actually put anything else on our tree to make it like a theme. Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, the leaves So you can see with my new ribbon pieces, I actually had more tufts than the first one, so I'm just going back and retuffing this one, or whatever you want to call it, so that it matches the other ones.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be?
This angel is actually my parents'. They got it for their wedding. They just celebrated their 23rd wedding anniversary, so they travel half the year and don't end up decorating for Christmas, so I've always used their Christmas decorations since they've been doing this. They always spend Christmas at our home, so this is our Christmas destination.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with Christmas lights, so you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those.
I think this is the main ornament that I made this tree in our bedroom for, and it is a glass globe for the top of the rock in New York City. My husband proposed to me 6 years ago there on top of the rock in November, and it's just a very special place for us, so we got this ornament, and I love looking at it every single year.
And I've been longing to hold you close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how
I was actually really happy to see that I didn't have as many glass or breakable ornaments as I initially thought. So a lot of the ornaments that mean even more to us will be going onto our living room tree, which means this tree in here is a little probably sparse in comparison to how a lot of people decorate their trees, but I'm actually really loving the simplicity of it, but it still feels so festive and cozy and warm, and I just cannot wait to sit in here and cuddle up with our daughter and my husband and watch some Christmas movies.
is how it's supposed to be, making our Christmas memories. And I've been longing to hold you close, forget about everyone.
This is probably my favorite part of this entire video, but Cecilia woke up from her nap and ran in here, and I showed her the tree and she's like, "What is that?" And she looked so excited.
Let's have a jolly holiday.
We will definitely be doing a family photo shoot in here, and it is going to be our Christmas card for sure. I wasn't planning on decorating in Cecilia's room, but Hobby Lobby had the cutest little decorations and little trees. So I got this cute little pink one so that Cecilia and I could decorate it together. They had so many different choices at Hobby Lobby for little ornaments, and I did my best to pick out ones that I knew were going to be safe for her, that weren't going to fall apart or break, or that were like any choking hazard, because she still does put stuff in her mouth. And she had so much fun with this, and I had so much fun enjoying this with her too. She's only 2, so she definitely doesn't completely understand this whole Christmas thing, but I want to include her as much as possible. They say the magic of Christmas comes back as soon as you have kids, and that is 100% true, and I just know every single year is going to be even more magical as she gets older.
Let's have a jolly holiday. Holiday. Let's have a jolly holiday. Holiday. Let's have a jolly.
They even had this little tree skirt for the little miniature trees, and I just thought this was completely adorable. I love how it turned out. It's definitely not, perfect, but that was not the idea. The idea was that we had fun, and Cecilia was able to decorate this tree with me. I am moving onto our front porch, and this gorgeous fall wreath, I did not get to share it in my fall decorate with me video, but I got it for $25 at Marshall's. Guys, you need to get your wreaths at Marshall's. That could have easily been like $100 or $75 something, Crazy wreaths are so expensive anywhere else. So these wreaths I'm about to put up, I actually got from Marshall's as well last year, and I got 2 of them since we have the French front doors, and I've enjoyed them so much last year, and I'm going to enjoy them so much more this year too. I usually end up putting some flowers out front here on our front porch. We live in Florida and it's still pretty warm outside, so I know if I put any poinsettias or anything out here that, you know, requires that cold, fresh air, they're not gonna make it. So I will be waiting to put those out later. So Cecilia and I had done a little early Christmas shopping at Hobby Lobby, Home Goods, and Marshall's. So I'm going to show you really quick what I got, but she had so much fun with me. I just love that she loves Christmas as much as I do. But I got these 2 blankets. They were each $16 at Marshall's. This one was from Home Goods, and it's a set of 4 stockings. And this pillow was also from Home Goods. This mug is from Marshall's, and I cannot believe it was only $4, as well as this one. And I just thought they were so cute. I also picked up these mugs from Hobby Lobby. This ribbon will be for our main living room Christmas tree, and these are all the pieces that I got for that little miniature tree that we just put together in Cecilia's room. I'm going to be moving on to our living room now, so I'm just decluttering and clearing out as many of the decor pieces we already have in here out so that I have room to cozy it up with all of our Christmas decorations. I had gotten this table runner from Burlington last year, and you can tell, or at least you can probably tell, I am a sucker for Christmas plaid. I just love the red, white, and green together. I've never been able to decorate for Christmas with any other colors. I love the traditional Christmas colors. They just are the only thing that bring that cozy, warm feeling that I just crave every single year. These Christmas picks are actually from Hobby Lobby. I've actually had them for a while, but I usually stick both ends kind of together and create just like these little centerpieces with them. And it's just a really easy way to add a little fluff to different areas that are really inexpensive and extremely easy to do. So these are the Christmas stockings that I got from Home Goods, and they're a beautiful knit. I'm such a sucker for knit anything, and our console made it actually extremely easy to just hang these on there. I usually put them on our fireplace, but this year I didn't because I usually use one of those weighted stocking holders, but I knew Cecilia was going to pull on them and they were just going to fall down on top of her, so we did not do that this year. I had gotten these pillowcases from Amazon last year, so I will link them below, but they save so much space. I already have so many pillows for fall, and then we have our regular pillows, like everyday decorative pillows. So I use these pillowcases to save room, and they just cover our regular everyday pillows with this white, fluffy, soft pillow that matches all the Christmas decor. I think my videos kind of make it look easy to decorate with a toddler around, but it's not. You definitely have to be very patient. But the main reason I am doing all of this now is for her. So I just want to make Christmas so special for her and then her little brother that'll be coming. I just think it's so important to slow down and enjoy all the little moments, even if you have a million things to do on your to-do list. So most of the time those things can wait, and if you can just take a few seconds to enjoy these little moments instead of trying to rush through them, you will enjoy Christmas so much more. I love watching Cecilia and our German Shepherd Django together. They're just so cute. It is definitely easier to try and clean and do things on your own without a little toddler around, but then you don't have cute little moments like this. She just wants to be a little helper, but it also doesn't take very long for her to get bored of it, so I'm able to finish the rest of the vacuuming a lot faster, but we still had our cute little moment together. Charlie Brown Christmas is our favorite movie to watch as a family, and I love this little tree. I put it out every single year. We actually found it at Goodwill. I think it was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, but I still see them in regular stores, and I just think it's the cutest thing ever. I'm starting to clear off the table now so that I can show you guys how I made some Christmas pillowcases for only $2. So I was able to pick up, I think there's 4 different ones here, but all of these are just like oversized sweaters that I got from our local thrift store. Every single one of them was only $2 except for this huge one, but I was able to make like 2 pillowcases out of this one. So check out your thrift stores, go for the biggest sweaters you have, and then basically you just use them as the fabric for a pillowcase. So I'm definitely not a good teacher when it comes to like sewing. It's probably the easiest thing you could ever sew. So if you wanted to start now, this could definitely be like one of your first projects. So I am going to be using our fall pillows. So not only is this an extremely budget-friendly option and you're recycling, but you are also going to save so much space on pillows by doing this. So I'm just measuring out how much fabric I need off of this sweater and then cutting it out. I'm trying to leave at least 1/2 inch to 1 inch around the border. I actually got this idea probably, I don't know, I was a teenager. I don't know if you remember the show called Zoom, let me know in the comments. It was like on PBS, but they used shirts and they made them into pillows. So I had gotten this idea years ago from that and made my own pillows then, and then decided to make them again for Christmas this year. So once you have your square cut out, you're just gonna sew it, and then you want to turn it inside out before you start sewing this. I feel like this is probably going to be for people that already know how to sew because I'm not a very good teacher when it comes to sewing. But anyway, so you have your square piece of fabric, it's inside out, you're going to sew your seam all the way around, and then just make sure to leave a good hole on the bottom where you're going to be able to put your pillow in and out. I consider myself so lucky. My mom taught me how to sew. This is actually her old sewing machine. And it is extremely heavy. It's so old, but it still works. My mom learned from her grandmother, so it would have been my great-grandmother, how to sew. So my mom wants to teach my daughter how to sew because that's just going to mean so much to her. So I'm so excited that Cecilia is going to be able to learn something extremely useful from her Nana. So I'm turning it inside out now so that I can put the pillow inside. And this is actually one of the favorite pillows that I did out of all 4. So this is the one I wanted to share with you guys. I will probably go back through and add a zipper, but for now I'm actually just using this industrial Velcro that I had laying around. I just kind of wanted to try it out, so I don't exactly recommend this. It works okay, but a zipper would be so much better. And that is it. So this gorgeous sweater pillowcase only cost $2. I asked my husband what his favorite Christmas cookie was, and he said the chocolate crinkle cookies. I 100% agreed with him, and these are the cookies that always go the fastest. with my family. So I'm going to show you how I make them now. They're extremely easy, so I will link the recipe below. But the first step is just to mix butter, cocoa powder, and sugar until it's well combined. Maybe eventually I'll have a nice KitchenAid blender, but for now this handheld one works perfectly fine. So each of the eggs gets beaten one by one, and then each of the ingredients gets added slowly one at a time. So I'm just going to be adding the vanilla, salt, and baking powder. I mix it all together, and then the last part is just to mix in the rest of the flour. And then the last ingredient on the list is powdered sugar, but make sure you save that until the end. It does not get mixed into this dough. After everything is mixed together, you just cover it with some plastic wrap. I actually put it in the freezer, but you can put it in the refrigerator for 4 hours or the freezer for like 1 to speed up the process a little bit. Whenever I'm waiting for anything to bake or chill, I always clean up as much as I can around our kitchen to stay on top of everything. It makes it so much nicer so that I can enjoy the cookies when they're done in a nice clean kitchen. So now I'm just going to preheat our oven to 350 and then take out our dough from the freezer. And then all you have to do are roll them into like 1-inch balls. I usually end up doing like about 2 inches, but then you just cover them in powdered sugar. So they turn out best when you just load the powdered sugar as much as you can on top of them. And then the only thing left to do is to pop them in the oven and let them bake, and then you get to enjoy these delicious cookies. So the recipe for them is linked in the description, and I halved this recipe. So 1/2 makes about a whole sheet pan worth of cookies. And then usually right out of the oven, they're still a little bit puffed up, and then as soon as they sit for a little bit, they kind of settle down a little bit, but they are the most delicious. They're almost like a brownie batter. They're so gooey on the inside and so soft and so delicious. You have to try these. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you're new. I have a ton of more just holiday inspiration videos coming your way, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye! Jolly holiday.